Guys, is it worth it? You tell me. We're still not there because as you can see, sun's about to set. We don't want to get caught in the dark. So let's do this.
On this episode of Across All Borders Going South, I say to you Dumela Gaborone, CBD, Kgale Hill, Botswana Craft and the 3 Dikgosi Monument. From the 11th to 18th July 2021, I spent a few days in Gaborone. Gaborone is the capital of Botswana. It is known for the Gaborone Game Reserve, which shelters native animals like the wildebeest, impalas, plus resident and migratory birds. You can also visit the Mokolodi Nature Reserves, but I didn't do any of these 2 things, which is why today I will be recommending to you 3 of the things I got to do whilst visiting Gaborone. At number 1, I definitely recommend going up Kgale Hill to get a beautiful view of the city at sunset. At number 2, I recommend taking a tour at the 3 Dikgosi Monument. My guide Timothy was very knowledgeable. You get to understand how and why the country of Botswana is the way it is today. You also get information about the coat of arms and about their currency, the pula. It's a very good tour and I will be sharing parts of it with you on this episode. At number 3, I recommend going up to table 52, grabbing a drink and getting a beautiful view of the CBD area and its surrounding. In terms of my accommodation, I stayed at Indaba Lodge. The location was good for me, the room size was perfect, and the team was very nice. With a supermarket close by, I could go grocery shopping when needed. The food was also good. So if you're looking for somewhere to stay in the city, I can recommend this place as well. Another thing you can do if you're in the CBD area is to check out the National Museum and Art Gallery. In terms of gift shopping, I visited the Botswana Craft and I got myself a sun hat that I really love. So come along with me, let's check out my experience in the few days I spent in Gaborone.
Dumela, my people. This is hello from Gabs, Gaborone, the capital of Botswana. This is crazy because I am in CBD, the Central Business District. So you can see the high rise of behind me, but you can also see this contrast right opposite the high rise. So on the other side of it, you've got the Massa Center, the Protea Hotel Marriott, you've got the Legal Aid Botswana, but you also see the dry and arid landscape that you have in Botswana. So tomorrow, hopefully, I should be heading over to Kgale to do the border crossing again at Kazungula back to Zambia, because the flights from Zambia, even though not super affordable, are better than the flights from Botswana. So I will be exiting again through Zambia. Unfortunately, my Malawian visa did not come through yet because I think they stopped allowing tourists into Malawi but forgot to put that on the website. So my visa still says pending, meaning I will not be going to Malawi. I'm hoping to go to 2 other countries that I will keep secret and I will update you on it if it comes through. We are at Kgale Hill. We're gonna go up the hill. I've heard it takes 40 minutes. I'm gonna put on my timer so we have the exact time. Most of the people that wrote the reviews didn't actually tell how long it takes to go up, so I'm gonna find out for you and I'm gonna put that in. But that's the route behind me and it gives you a magnificent view of Gaborone. So I want to see what Gaborone looks like at sunset. Public notice. Let's look at the public notice. What's the public notice about? Kgale queries advises public that blasting. Okay, so it says actually on the grounds of a query. So I think there we have to be also a little bit watchful. Let's go. So this is, tell me your name again. Tebo. This is Tebo from Gaborone, and he drives a cab. As what else do you do?
That's my profession.
That's his profession. So he's actually my cab driver, but he's going up with me, which I'm very thankful for because I think otherwise I might get lost. So let's go see what's up there. Hello. Let's go see what's up. Thank you. Let's go see what's up there. Okay. Are you from Gabs?
I'm from Lebolola.
Where?
Lebolola is 40 kilometers western side of Gaborone.
Ah, okay. When did you move here?
When was it? 2003.
2003.
After completing my Cambridge. There's another level for schooling. I don't know there's a primary level, there's a secondary level. Yeah.
So is Cambridge secondary?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you guys call it.
Yeah, we call it.
But you know Cambridge is a place in the UK, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so when you said after completing my Cambridge, I was like, what? What did he complete? So, okay, so when you completed secondary school.
But here in Botswana, we call it Botswana BGCSE, Botswana General Certificate for Secondary Education.
Okay. So there's some fake steps. There's some fake steps we have to climb. I say fake because they're not really steps. I mean, like, they're some slabs. Okay, let's see.
Because some people are waiting at home. Some of our clients are waiting at home.
Okay.
Some, they decided not to use the public transport because a lot are now using public transport.
Okay. Have you ever been outside of Botswana?
I've been to Africa, South Africa, and Namibia.
Ah, did you like Namibia?
I like Namibia. They speak English. They speak Setswana this side.
Oh, is it called Setswana?
To the Botswana side.
Okay.
They speak Setswana.
So is it called Setswana or Setswana?
Setswana.
Ah, Setswana. Okay. Okay. And the ones.
They also speak the Setswana also.
Okay. Some of them.
But majority of them they know speak Zulu.
Can you speak Zulu?
No.
No?
A little bit.
Okay.
By the time to respond, I have to use English for them to understand.
Okay. Okay.
Unless they don't understand even me, I'll have to use my hands. So you speak French?
No. English, Igbo, and German. Yes. But not French. But we take French in Nigeria because of the neighboring countries, you know, Cameroon, Benin, Togo. Huh? You were not planning for this, eh? Good it is that you're young, so I don't have to feel guilty. Okay, I was reading we should follow the white arrows. Now I see them. Yeah. Hey baby, did you go up, eh? Yeah. Oh wow, look at the sun. Yeah. Okay. Looks beautiful, no? I said it's beautiful.
I mean, only from here, I think going down.
Uh-huh.
Then you go and then the cape here.
Okay. Is there a view from this side? Is there a view from this side? Because we seem to be going down.
Yeah, we're going there. And I told you you're going down, then you're going.
Ah. Where? Okay, so we're going there. Okay. The north is close to the desert, so it's very dry and extremely hot, while in the middle you've got some rainforest. Like the Cross River area, we actually have gorillas, and elephants. So it's a bit more of a different kind of, you know, like forest vegetation. And then of course in Lagos we have the coast, the Atlantic. So, and the river Niger and the river Benue flowing through the country. So the landscape is very different. Hello. Fine. Uh-huh. It's beautiful. It's crazy. Guys, is it worth it? You tell me. We're still not there. The last few meters, and then we're gonna kind of like power down because, as you can see, sun's about to set. We don't want to get caught in the dark, so let's do this. A little too late. Sun's popped behind, but you see the golden. I'm showing you a bit of this, and I'm going to turn around and show you the dam on the other side, and then hit the road. But this is Gaborone. That's the quarry there. We're going to go to the other side. That's the way up, and we're going to show you a bit of the things later. We're still going up to the tower, apparently, and then she'll be over it when we're at the tower. Because I think trick about the tower is you get a 360, but I think we need to hurry because it's getting dark. So let's do this.
You can actually get quite creative with some ostrich eggs. All of these here are ostrich eggs, and they've been painted upon. It's actually beautiful. In case you were wondering how big an ostrich egg is, I'm going to hold one in my hand so you see how big or how large an ostrich egg can really be. That's it, guys.
Myself, I'm called Timothy. I'm the field assistant. There were those walls called off for Dikgosi. As the word Dikgosi here, it's a word used in the country called off Lesotho, or in English, you can listen to us at times of troubles. This was started downside in South Africa, where they were including a gentleman called off Shaka Zulu, and also by the time he had the Boers of the Dutch. They were also included because in the Boers they wanted to grab everything what the black people were having by the time. Because already by the time the Boers, they were having those guns. As the black people, they were just in this kind of material gentleman is holding, which is X together with the speed. And it wasn't enough for them to stand up against the Boers. That's when the black people were trying to save dollars around from the Boers. The moment they ran from the Boers, that's when they were left homeless. And also, famine was included because there's nothing for themselves to eat. Because most of the time they were running for their lives. The moment they're running for their lives, that's when they're arriving here in Botswana. When they arrive here, that's when they were given this refuge by the Botswana chiefs at those times. And even at the moment, here in our country, we've got the refugee camp. When we're going towards the northeast of this country, when we're going towards Kasane, there is a place called the North Dupi. We've got close to 3,000 refugees. Some of them are from Somalia, some of them are from DRC, some of them are from Eritrea, and the Angolans were here before, but the Angolans, they went back to their original country. It seems like those political issues, things have gone back to normal, then they've gone back to their country. Then we can move forward to the second pillar on the other side. Picture just shows a typical Botswana chief here, seated on a chair. During those times, our chiefs, they were just in some traditional attire. As you can see that side, And also, there were just some earrings as that tributes. There were also those fights caused by the Ndebeles and Boers invaders. The Ndebeles and Boers by that time, they wanted to rule. They wanted to grab this Botswana country. Because way back, we Botswana, we were ruled by the chiefs. So already by the time, the Ndebeles and Boers, they were having those guns as our chiefs. By the time, they were just using some traditional medicine and witchcraft, the black magic, to strengthen themselves against their enemies. So as the time goes on, there was a chief called Chief Kgale from the Bakwena tribe in Molepolole. Molepolole is going to the west of this country. It's about close to 50 kilometers to go to the place. Chief Kgale, he managed to use this kind of system, the battering system. He managed to give the white gentlemen from Britain some ostrich feathers together with the elephant ivories. Then they gave him some guns, and from those guns, he managed to defend the Ndebeles and Boers. The Boers, originally, they're from Europe. Whether from Europe, they're from the country of Netherlands or Holland, up until they come in the southern South Africa in Cape Town. Then we can proceed to the third one. It just shows a man here stressing a point. Here, it was time for scramble for Africa, whereby by then the European countries were dividing themselves against the African countries to colonize them or to protect them. By the time this Botswana country was not protected or colonized, because the white gentlemen were just taking this Botswana country as a desert, or they were just in this country as a trade route to pass by to countries where they think they'll find some minerals. So at the end of the day, the print is called Itinerary Botswana, as this series refers to protection. So during those times, 1880s to 1890s. By the time here, there was this man called Cecil John Rhodes. Cecil John Rhodes, he was a wealthy man and ruthless member at the time. He owns large shares in mining in South African Kimberley. And he also owns a real company called the British South African Company. By the time Cecil Rhodes, he was ruling the modern Zimbabwe and Zambia. And those two countries, way back, they were named after him. Zambia was called Northern Rhodesia, Zimbabwe Southern Rhodesia. Like the name itself, Rhodesia. Let us dismantle it. The surname for Cecil is Rhodes. When you add this I and A, it makes Rhodesia. This I, it stands for in. This A, it stands for Africa. Then goes like a Rhodes in Africa. So as the time goes on, Cecil Rhodes wanted to rule from Cape Town to Kgale, the whole continent of Africa, because of his railway line. And the people of those places were against his ruling because they have seen what they have done in Zimbabwe and Zambia. Because by the time Cecil Rhodes, he doesn't care about how people are living. He only cares about his wealthiness. As he felt that side, that's when he wanted to rule or to grab this Botswana country. Because by the time Cecil rose, he wanted to combine this Botswana country together with Zimbabwe so it can be one country. That's when these three chiefs, they managed to go to Britain to seek for the protection for this country. And they were given that protection in 1895 by the secretary, Mr. Joseph Chamberlain, together with the Queen. The Queen by that time, she was called Queen Victoria. Here, these three chiefs, they are our nation founders. This place was just built just under these three chiefs. Our currency is called Pula. These three chiefs, they are the one who are appearing in our 100 Bonodian Botswana. And even the way they stayed, they were talking. When they arrived in Britain, first one here to talk to the Queen, it was Kama III. Like he stands, he was saying to the Queen, Queen, they wanted to take our land. Then the one who's in the middle is called Sibyl I. Like he put his hand like this, he was saying to the Queen, as small as it is, meaning the land. Then last one is holding the knob carry is called Between the First. And he was just doing like this knob carry, insisting or stressing, saying to the Queen, yes indeed, it is true, they wanted to take our land. The first one is called Kama III or Kama the Great. He is the grandfather to our first president, Sir Kama. Then the great-grandfather to the previous president. They are from Serowe. Serowe is going to the center of this country. The second one is called Sibyl I, son of Sechil I. He's from Bakwena tribe in Molepolole. Molepolole is going to the west of this country. Then the last one is called Between the First, son of Hasiso I. He's from Angagete tribe in Kgale. Kgale is going to the south of this country. where our second president originates, who was buried in 2017 around July 2nd to Masiri. Just shows our national emblem or our coat of arms. For an example, here in our country, each and every tribe got its own totem. Like here, we've got two zebras. The zebra was just chosen because of its beautiness. And also the zebra was just chosen because it's not a totem to any tribe in our country. It's just neutral. As these two zebras, they represent our tourism here in Botswana. Then there's an elephant ivory, together with the Kgale mining at the top. They represent our industry in Botswana. Then there's a cow, together with the sorghum. The sorghum is like a maize or wheat. It's our staple food here in Botswana. A cow, together with the sorghum, they represent our agriculture in Botswana. In the middle, there's some waves, and those waves are just water waves. Then at the bottom, there's the word pula here. The word pula here represents our currency. The word pula here is a Setswana word. It refers to rain used by our political leaders in Botswana. Before they can start some meetings or some sessions, they shout the word pula here. And those who are trying to follow after them, shouting the same slogan by saying pula. Can we say pula?
Pula.
Again.
Pula.
Okay, that's nice. Then from here we can proceed to the last three pillars on the other side. As you can see here, it's a woman here. It also shows women played a part in the nation building of this country. The print is called Buitoko in Setswana, as this Buitoko refers to endurance. So during those times, in 1900s, 1930s, by the time here, this country was called Botswana and in Botswana. Lesotho was called Basotho and Lesotho. Swaziland was called Swaziland, and Swaziland just changed, now called Eswatini. And by the time here, there was a Scottish gentleman called Robert Moffat. Robert Moffat ended up writing the Bible for Setswana. Instead of saying Botswana land, he ended up saying Bechuana land because he was a white gentleman, so in the pronunciation here. And by the time here, Bechuana was poor, times were tough, but communities built schools and dams. The gentleman who was the principal interpreter or the advisor for these three chiefs, Mr. William Charles Willoughby, ended up building a school in South Africa near Vryburg. The school was called Tiger Kloof, whereby many Botswana benefited from that school, including our first president, Ama, second president, Dumela Gaborone, former minister of education, Dr. Chiape, and even the composer of our national anthem, Kgale and other Botswana. So, racial discrimination or apartheid was extinct in South Africa. The school managed to be closed because of that apartheid. The Botswanas who at that time managed to come back home. When they arrived here, that's when they managed to build some schools and dams. Right now, 3 of them are still existing. We've got the one in Mulepololo, which is called the Bakwena National School. The second one is in Tlokwe, which is called the Bakokwa National School, while the third one was in Muchudi. The one in Muchudi has been transformed to be the museum. The museum just on top of the hill, which is called for Putarigu. One of the dams from the dams which they have built, which is still existing. We've got the one called of Makhoduma Dam in Kanye. That is after this Makhoduma Dam, there was this introduction of water standpipes. Fifth pillar picture here, it just shows a soldier here in action. Here it was time for the Second World War. As the first one, it started 1914 to 1918. Second one, 1939 to 1945. Here, 10,000 of Botswana men went to the Second World War fight. They just went there just to support or to appreciate what the British have done for us. Because the British end up supporting us up until we are given that protection that we are talking about from that third point. When they went there, they went as far as North Africa, Middle East, and Europe. When they went there, they don't know nothing about guns. They just went to do some logistic works like building some roads, cooking for the British, and even doing some first aid job. Unfortunately, here 210 of Botswana men perished that side. Some of them were being killed by the guns. Some of them were being affected by lung disease like TB. And those who were left, they managed to come back home. When they arrived here, that's when they were called the War Veterans. At the moment, 28 of them are still alive. And those who are still alive, every month then they're just being given some allowance by the government so they can sustain their lives. And those who passed away, their spouses are the one who are benefiting from those lands from the government. Then we can move.
The last part of my tour addressed the topic of Botswana's independence and the discovery of diamonds in Botswana. Because of how windy it got towards the end of my tour, I couldn't share the original audio. But all this make it the reason why you should go visit and ask for Timothy and his team members. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Yours truly, Liesel81.